Hi everyone, welcome to And Lyric Lit Verse. Get ready to dive into another exciting video where we explore the world of music and its stories. Billie Eilish has been announced as Spotify's Artist of the Year for 2024, which means that she is officially one of the biggest artists in the world right now. So why did she win this award? Well, here are 6 reasons. Number 1. In late November, her song Birds of a Feather from the album Hit Me Hard and Soft became Spotify as most streamed song of 2024 with over 1.78 billion streams, overtaking Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso, which had held the top spot for most of the year. This is crazy because it happened pretty fast. On November, Birds of a Feather was at 863 million streams, and then just 2 weeks later, it went to 1.78 billion streams. And even though it didn't end up staying at the #1 spot for very long, it's still crazy that it got there so fast, and that shows how popular it is. Also, this is actually the second time that an artist has overtaken another artist for the #1 spot this year, because back in July, Olivia Rodrigo replaced Miley Cyrus as the most streamed artist. But unlike Olivia's overtake, which only had a difference of 1 million streams, Billie had a much bigger lead with 723 million streams more than Sabrina Carpenter. This also makes Billie the 4th artist ever to have 2 songs with over 1 billion streams each. And if we combine the streams of both her songs, she would be at 3.44 billion streams, which would put her ahead of Sabrina Carpenter, who has 3.25 billion streams. It also would have put her ahead of other top artists like Miley Cyrus, who has 3.39 billion streams, Taylor Swift, who has 3.52 billion streams, and The Weeknd, who has 3.63 billion streams. If you take all of those artists' highest 2 songs and add them together, no one would have beaten her, which is insane. So that shows you just how insanely popular this song is. Number 2, her 3rd album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, released in May 2024, was a massive hit. The album reached #2 globally on Spotify's most streamed albums list with 5.1 billion streams. And even though that's not the #1 spot, keep in mind that the only person who beat them was Taylor Swift. And to make things even crazier, Taylor Swift's Speak Now was the only thing that beat it by 20 million streams, which is literally nothing compared to everyone else. Like the next closest album after Hit Me Hard and Soft is Harry Styles' Fine Line with 3.8 billion streams. So yeah, this album was a huge success and it really impacted her overall numbers. And speaking of impact, if you want to know what the most impactful climate solutions are, number 3, in total, she achieved over 12 billion streams across her catalog in 2024. That is a lot of streams. Not many artists ever reach double digits on Spotify, let alone during the first year of releasing their album. So that shows you just how big her fan base is and how consistent it is. Every single one of her songs has millions of streams, which is absolutely insane. Like even her oldest songs like Ocean Eyes, 6 Feet Under, and Copycat, which were released in 2015 and 2016, are still getting millions of streams every month. And when you look at her monthly listeners, they have almost doubled since her latest album came out. So that's also something that really helped her achieve this award. Speaking of achievements, number 4, in June 2024, she became the 3rd artist ever and the youngest to hit 100 million monthly listeners on Spotify. When someone hits 100 million monthly listeners on Spotify, that means that on average they get 100 million streams every month. And when you think about how many streams that is, it's kind of hard to imagine. Like imagine if you had $100 million sitting in your bank account every single month. You wouldn't even know what to do with all of that money. Like that is a crazy amount of money, and she's doing that every single month. And it's not even counting all the money she gets from other sources like her merchandise or her tours or other sponsorships. So, yeah, that is a lot of money. And the fact that she's the youngest person to ever achieve that is even more impressive considering some of the other people who have 100 million monthly listeners like Taylor Swift and The Weeknd. But these aren't the only reasons why she won this award. There are 3 more, so let's get into it. Number 5, her performance at the 2024 Olympics closing ceremony. Back in September, the closing ceremony of the Paris Olympics featured an epic performance from Billie Eilish, and it was one of the most watched TV moments of the entire year. During the ceremony, she performed a medley of her greatest hits, including When the Party's Over, Therefore I Am, Everything I Wanted, and Happier Than Ever. And the whole performance was dedicated to the athletes. It was incredible, and she definitely deserves some applause for it. Number 6, her collaboration with Charli XCX on Guess. Charli XCX is known for being one of the best pop stars in the world, and when she teams up with another artist, it always creates an amazing song. And Guess is no exception. When it came out, it immediately became one of her biggest songs with over 50 million streams in its first month. And it's still getting millions of streams every single day. It also has over 50 million views on YouTube, and it was played everywhere. You couldn't escape it, so that definitely helped push her numbers up. And the final reason is simply because she's just really good at what she does. When I first heard her music, I was blown away by her unique voice and style, and when I saw her live, I was even more impressed. She puts on an amazing show and connects with her fans in a way that's really special. And that's why she has such a devoted fan base that will stream her music non-stop. So that's the reason why I think she won this award. She's just really talented, and she works hard. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, you should definitely stay tuned. I make a lot of videos about music, including reactions, explanations, and theories. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Unlyric Lit Verse so you never miss out on these musical journeys. But until then, I'll see you guys on the next one.